Okay folks, today we're down here in Atascocita or Humble. I'm not sure what the address is, but kind of in between off Old Atascocita Road. We've got bees up here in this corner soffit, and this one's going to be a booger. We're going to start on this side and come around the soffit, but we've got some security lights there. We've got a gutter downspout. We've got a tree we got to trim up a little bit. And it's also not uniform siding, so let me walk you around the side here and I'll show you what I mean. We got brick on the front and a brick to hardy transition on the side, if you can see up there in the shadows, and we've got bees clustered up already on the outside of the house. So the homeowner told me they've been here for years. A few years ago he sprayed them, killed them, they left, but now they're back. So we're going to just start on that outside corner that we were just on around front there and start taking down what we can and vacuuming bees as fast as we can, and we'll address this when we get over here. Typically the hardy softboard overlaps the top of the vertical siding, so we'll have to see once I get up there close to pull that trim down and see what it's actually doing and see if I'm going to have to cut or pull down this whole 4x8 sheet of hardy or if I can just cut the soffit. My intent is just to cut the soffit, and the homeowner said he's fine with that. So anyway, we'll get up there and get to ripping and tearing and see what we find. Okay folks, we had an interesting turn of events. These bees are extremely aggressive, probably one of the worst I've ever done, to the point that I told the homeowner I would recommend you get them exterminated and then I come back and cut the combs out. However, it's Memorial Day, and so none of the exterminators are answering their phones, and probably most of them wouldn't be able to get out here for a few more days after that anyway. And these bees are so bad that they're following us out the street, chasing us around, so I couldn't live with the liability and the risk of somebody getting hurt. So what we've done, as much as I hate to admit it, but I don't lie to y'all, I've got a soapy water solution I'm using to spray them down, and that's worked to knock them down and hold them back. I don't think by any means we've killed more than maybe a couple hundred, but we've killed the ones that are out bothering us. And I've been smoking them pretty hard. But you can see the extent of this hive. I've taken out 5 or 6 rows of brick up there, and I still haven't found the bottom of the combs. And around the other side, they filled that whole corner up here. I can't tell if y'all can see. All this corner up here is full, all that's full, down on the wall is full, so we're just continuing to knock out brick until we find the whole nest, and then we'll start cutting combs. Alright, so we're just up here in the attic. You got it? And this is where all the bees ran to, so I'm going to try to vacuum everything I can and run them back out. But here's a vacuum hose, my father was feeding in, so I better get to work. So this is something I've never seen them do before, but it makes sense. Excuse me. So I sprayed some Bee Quick up here to run them out. And I could hear that they were still inside the wall between the brick and the insulation. So over here, let me see if I can turn my light on real quick. Cut a hole in the insulation, sprayed Bee Quick down inside the wall. And as long as I have my light on, they'll start coming up out of the wall and come to my light. Now these have stopped, so maybe they went the other way. But as soon as I shut my light off, they all start running out to the daylight. So I'm actually kind of doing a 2-step removal here where I'm using my light for artificial exit to get them up out of the wall. And then once I get a big pile of them up here, I shut my light off and they all start running to the exit. So anyway, I'm just laying up here in the attic about 150 degrees, and of course I'm wearing long sleeves underneath my long bee suit because we were getting tore up so bad. So I'm hot as hell, if I dare say so, and it's just a waiting game. So just thought I'd show you all that. It's kind of funny. One of the stupid things we have to deal with. So that's it for this one. The sad loss that it is, but these were very, very aggressive bees. Y'all know my history. This makes job number 7, and this will be the second one that I've even debated killing. And the other ones that I killed had a reputation of killing 4 dogs and sending a man to the hospital, and then a week later, no, sorry, those I didn't kill. Those I took out to my farm and they starved to death over the winter. The other ones that I removed, they were real pissy. Took them out to a buddy's house, and a week later they sent him to the hospital. So, you know, y'all can believe me whether or not you want to, but you've seen my videos where I do removals with no suit. I never ever recommend killing the bees unless, you know, I think that's pretty well the only option because you just can't deal with them. I know I could take them home and shake them into nukes and give them new queens, but I don't have the queens and I don't have a safe place to do them. So bees will be going home and they'll be getting euthanized, if that's what you want to call it. But anyway, we got all the combs out. You can see where they were down inside the wall here. The combs actually hung about a foot lower than that even, but we stopped breaking out brick and just were able to cut the combs and pull them up out of the wall. And then everywhere up in there that's white was all full of combs. So big hive. We got 2 4-gallon buckets full of chunks of honeycomb, and then another bucket full of brood comb. So yeah, absolutely huge colony, but I'm glad it's done and I'm headed home.